Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So finally the day has come where you guys get some kind of newness from ZTE regarding your famous Z Max Pro. Now this is not the Z Max Pro 2, this is the Blade Z Max. So that leads me to believe there might be a Pro version of this coming out. But let me tell you here, I actually really like this design right here. It looks to have like a textured back with dual cameras on there. You get a 16 megapixel camera and a 2 megapixel camera there. So the Z Max Pro, let me start by saying the Z Max Pro was one of ZTE's top selling phones. I've even given away several of them on my channel, and I'm happy to say I'll probably do it again this year. I don't know. But how do they do this? Now, this phone directly competes with several phones out there. But where this phone shines, and it's going to be a better fit for a lot of people, is media consumption. There's probably no other company that's really pushing out affordable 1080p 6-inch screen devices. It's just not happening. And when I say affordable, this phone is only going to cost about 130 bucks. So you know what that means. If you do a port in or you some kind of switch or whatever Metro has, you probably can get this phone for 30 bucks. It's going to happen. It has to happen. So this is directly from the Metro PCS site. This is actually a sexy looking phone. It looks like they deviated away from the bubble back or whatever, you know, like the curved back, and they flattened this thing out. It looks to be very thin. That's going to be a texture back for sure. And again, you get one 16 megapixel camera and a 2 megapixel on the back to offset. And then you get a 8 megapixel camera on the front. This phone actually ships with 7.1.1. Now inside of this beast here, it's probably going to be, some people might say it's a disappointment, but having hands-on experience, I have phones that have the Snapdragon 400 series in them. The battery life is way more efficient on those, and it actually runs much better than the 617 processor. Now, how that's so? Well, it's easy. The 400 series, the 435 to be exact, or the 427 and the 425, those are the newer ones coming from the 400 series, and they run great. They run fantastic. So I think the Z Max, I almost want to say Z Max Pro 2, but the Z Max, it's going to sell. You're going to buy it. You're going to buy it. There's no reason for you not to buy it, especially if you like huge phones. And when I say huge, did I mention the battery? 4080, I believe, or something like that. That's going to be a monster for media consumption. It's going to be good. Now, it does have 2 gigs of RAM, but it still maintains 32 gigs of internal storage. This is a plus. And you know you're going to get adaptable storage with an SD card, so you can probably pump this thing up to over 150 gigs just out of the box if you wanted to. I like how ZTE does this. Now, starting off here, Metro is actually giving you a $25 Google Play gift card after you buy your phone. So hit that pre-register button, I guess, and after you buy your phone, you register with your IMEI. And I will say this, Metro screwed me over. I bought a lot of Z Max Pros, and I never got my leather folio case. And other people got them quick, and I never got one. I don't know, because they thought because I bought so many, I was trying to scam the system or something. I don't know, but I never got my free case, Metro. So now I'm going to be looking for my $25 gift card once I put this phone into rotation, because it will be in rotation. You will see videos on it. You will see my full review of it. It's a no-brainer. As much as I like the Z Max Pro, this phone looks better. As you can see, it has a rear-mounted fingerprint reader still. I mean, you think about this, the price point of 130 bucks. Look at all the phones that it's competing with. Where's my... I don't need to pick them all up, but the Moto E4, the Stylo 3 Plus is in that category, but the Stylo 3 Plus costs $100 more. So that kind of knocks that one. Even though that's a great phone, I'm pretty sure the display on this phone is going to be a heck of a lot better. And I will compare them for you guys. But you know, the 1080p displays that ZTE uses on these phones, I don't know how they do it, but it is just gorgeous. I mean, I have the Cricket version over here of that phone, and this phone is just a beast, man. So I got a feeling that phone right there is going to be a lot thinner because that bubble design that I'm talking about, the curve, you know, that they have, This is pretty much just the Z Max Pro. But I got a feeling, just looking at the way that phone is built, that's going to be a lot thinner. I don't have any official specs on it, like tech specs, like dimensions and all that kind of stuff. But it does run the latest version of Android, and that's just a huge plus. Now, before you guys start saying, "Oh my God, they jacked this up," they should have given the Z Max Pro the Nougat. Listen, this is only $100 also, $129. If you had the Z Max Pro, upgrade. Especially if you're on Metro and if you kept it the entire time, upgrade. You're going to get the discounted price. And I think the Metro will probably have some kind of promos. They're already giving you one $25 gift card from Google Play, so you can go buy all the games and music that you want, movies that are $1 a piece and like 50 cents a piece. Disclaimer: you can't do too much with $25, but you can do something. So this is pretty much your successor right now. It doesn't have the name Pro on the end. So I don't know what's coming, if there's going to be a Z Max Pro 2, but this is the Z Max. So I'm going to consider this a replacement for the Z Max Pro. And to me, it looks like a really great replacement. Now, you remember all the problems that some of you had. Now, I think it was probably like a 80-20 split on people who had no problems with the Z Max Pro and people who just loved it. There are people right now that are still using the Z Max Pro, and I will continue to tell people about that phone. And even more so, that phone will probably discount even more. So this new rendition of the phone, it looks very sleek. And it still has Type-C. You know, why is it some of these other phones are releasing, like why did they release this with, this has fast charging. It's fast charging 2.0, but why did they release it with micro USB, you know? And look for a video later today on this phone. My E4 micro 2.0, I don't understand, but some people really want USB Type-C now, like I do. I have so many phones that are Type-C. I want them. That takes a sip. So this is a worthy contender here. And I'm super excited to be able to at one point bring you that review. You know, I love the Z Max Pro. It's almost a tradition, you know, like, okay, so the ZTE phones come out, look for J Will to review them, and that's gonna keep going. So this is now comparing this to the other specs on the Z Max Pro here. This is the old Z Max Pro that launched with 6.0 at the time. This came out in July of 2016, believe it or not. You just had a smaller battery. You've got a 13 megapixel instead of 16 megapixel, which is on the new Z Max. You do still have that 6-inch display. You've got a 4,080 milliamp hour battery, I believe it is there now, with 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs onboard storage. This is going to be something good. An 8 megapixel camera with the upgrade there on the front, 16 megapixel on the back with a secondary 2 megapixel camera. This is going to be good. You still get Type-C. I don't know if it's 2.0 or if it's 3.0. I don't know at this point, but it looks sexy. And you know that it's going to be, I mean, look at this. Maybe they'll release a version of it for T-Mobile. I'm sure they will. I mean, come on, they have to. They're releasing it on Metro. But on T-Mobile, it'll probably cost more. Like the current Z Max Pro on T-Mobile is, like, I think still selling for $175 or something like that, or $178, $180, I don't know. But it's still selling. People are still buying that phone. It's a great phone. And this phone right here, you can't tell me that doesn't look sexy. That is a sexy phone. And man, I can't wait to give you some coverage on this phone. So it's your man J Will. Breaking news: your Z Max Pro follow-up is here. I believe this releases on the 28th or something like that, August 28th. But it was officially announced today, so go ahead and pre-register for yours on Metro. Look for it later on T-Mobile as well. You know how they do it. They're going to sell it, move a bunch of units here first, like they did before, and then it's going to come to T-Mobile too. So T-Mobile fans rejoice, and Metro people really stand up, because this phone will definitely be one that you'll want to pick up. It's your man J Will, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.